Flag center.
Oh. Hope we have a better for that. All right, I'd like to call to order, excuse me, the regular scheduled meeting of the Cordova Recreation and Park District on this Wednesday, November 15th, 2023 at 6:31 p.m. All right.
Thank you. To lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance this evening, I'd like to welcome to the podium Folsom Cordova Unified School District Board of Education member Jennifer Lorette.
Where'd she go?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Don't go anywhere.
Nobody ever gets away that quick.
I have an introduction
Come on up, come on.
for our friend here, Jen Lorette. So this evening, I'd like to introduce Folsom Cordova Unified School District Board Secretary Jennifer Lorette. Jennifer was elected to the Folsom Cordova Unified School District Board of Directors in 2022, representing District 5. She is actively engaged in making the community a better place through her volunteer work. She is currently the president of the Rancho Cordova Track Club. She is a board member of the Rancho Cordova PAL, Sacramento African American Family History Seminar, and Rancho Cordova Student Athlete Coalition. In 2022, Jennifer and her husband Adam received the Community Volunteer of the Year Award from the CCC and the City of Rancho Cordova for their work on updating and refurbishing the Cordova High School athletic weight room. Jennifer is the Just Serve coordinator for the Rancho Cordova area, where she connects nonprofits with volunteers. She specifically worked with the refugee community to help support their needs. Jennifer is the vice president of A4 Promotions and Incentives, which is a third-generation Rancho Cordova small business. She earned a Bachelor's of Art degree from Sacramento State University in Criminal Justice. CRPD values and appreciates the strong partnership we have with Folsom Cordova Unified School District, and we're looking forward to continued collaboration and support of one another in providing exceptional services to our community. Thank you so much for being here tonight and leading the pledge.
Thanks.
All right, thank you. All right, wonderful. Let's move on to item A2.
Thank you. This is our standing action item for AB 2449 request, and seeing none, we'll list it as no action taken.
Excellent. All right, guess we'll move on to A3, roll call.
Director Mattis,
Here.
Director Langen,
Here.
Secretary Sloan,
Here.
Vice Chair Danzel,
Here.
Chair Yearwood.
Here. All right, looks like B, comments by the public on non-agenda items.
Thank you. Members of the public may address the board on district topics not listed on this agenda. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes. It's a violation of state law for the board to discuss or take action on non-agenda items. Board members may only briefly ask clarifying questions or refer the matter to staff. And at this time, I do not see any requests.
All right, and no one in the audience, so we will move on to C, the consent calendar.
Thank you. Consent calendar items are considered administratively routine and will be acted upon in one motion unless separate action on a specific item is necessary. The chairperson will consider any request for discussion on the items prior to approval of the consent calendar. This evening, we have 6 items for your consideration.
All right, thank you. Any public comment in the Zoom world? Or?
I'm seeing one member of the public on the Zoom call. I see no requests.
All right. Any questions from the board? Comments? Seeing none, would anybody care to make a motion to approve the consent calendar?
I move the board of directors approve consent calendar items C1 through C6 as posted in the board package.
All right, motion by Vice Chair Danzel. Do I hear a second?
I'll second that.
Seconded by Secretary Sloan. Roll call vote.
Director Mattis,
Aye.
Director Langen,
Aye.
Secretary Sloan,
Aye.
Vice Chair Danzel,
Aye.
Chair Yearwood.
Aye. All right. Well, D, there is no presentation. E, no committee reports. No public hearing. All right, we'll move on to G, regular calendar, G1.
Thank you. Item G1 is to adopt resolution 23/24-21 and authorize the general manager to record the grant deed conveying title of real property, APN number 067-1110-011, known as Hummingbird Park. And I'll welcome to the podium landscape architect Christina James.
Good evening, Chair Yearwood and members of the board. CRPD and Montalena Douglas entered into a park development agreement on August 22nd, 2013. Within the agreement, CRPD agreed to accept certain dedicated land, and one of these parcels, Hummingbird Park, is a 2.1 acre neighborhood park located at 11990 Cobblebrook Drive. The board approved the concept plan and name for this park on July 15th, 2020. The park was constructed over the past year, and the developer has provided the grant deed to CRPD, which will allow CRPD to take ownership of this parcel. Adoption of this resolution and authorizing the general manager to record the grant deed will allow the district to assume ownership, and the maintenance of this park is covered under the Montalena CFD 2014-01. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Any comments or any requests from the public to comment on this?
I see no requests.
All right. Well, we'll move on down to the end there. Director Mattis, any questions about this item?
No.
Director Langen? Nope. Secretary Sloan? I don't think so. All right. Vice Chair Danzel?
No, sir.
Only thing I have to say, it's a cool looking little park. If you haven't gone by, I mean, I drive by it almost every day. So it's.
Do you see any hummingbirds?
No, but around my house I do. They are around there. I do see them on the sign that, by the way, is lit up. Pretty cool. Anyways, would anybody care to make a motion on this item?
I move the Board of Directors adopt resolution 23/24-21 and authorize the general manager to record the grant deed conveying title of real property of APN 067-1110-011, known as Hummingbird Park.
All right, a motion by Director Vice Chair Danzel. Do I hear a second? Second. Second by Director Langman. Roll call vote.
Director Mattis,
Aye.
Director Langen,
Aye.
Secretary Sloan,
Aye.
Vice Chair Danzel,
Aye.
Chair Yearwood.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, looks like we'll move on to H, Board of Director items, H1A.
Thank you. Item H1A is a ballot vote for the proposed dissolution of the California Association of Park and Recreation Commissioners and Board Members. In October, we received notification of the proposed action, and due to a 77% loss in membership since 2008, the CalRCBM Board of Directors took action on October 14th to dissolve the association. In accordance with their bylaws, the membership must vote to support or reject the board's actions. The board may vote in favor or against. Thank you.
All right. Anyone from the public have any questions about this?
No requests.
All right. All right. Well, and I don't see anybody here. How about we'll move down to Director Mattis? Any questions about this one?
No, I mean, is this an organization that's merging with another one? Is that?
I believe so, right? CPRS.
It's a part of it's like a subcommittee of a CPRS committee.
Okay.
They have in the past had one of our board members be on that committee, and yeah, there was some attendance sustainability issues with that particular committee and their function. It is probably going to be absorbed somewhat into the admin section of CPRS statewide.
Okay.
All right. Director Langen? Nope. Secretary Sloan?
Yeah, what I liked about it is that they really focused on scholarships and creating platforms for people who want to get into the field. So as long as I did read the information and that the foundation that they've set up is going to be, all their funds are going to go into that, and it's still going to do what they proposed to do from the beginning, which I'm for. But it looks like all the board members have unanimously chosen to dissolve it. I was trying to see any rebuttals against it and I didn't see anything. So,
All right. Vice Chair Danzel.
I was just reading over it again tonight, and we always talk about bylaws and how many people have to be there for a quorum, and typically it's, for us, it would be 3 of the 5. Well, in this document, it says at least two of the 51 voting agencies have to be there, make a vote to request a quorum. So that should just tell you right there that unfortunately that organization has done its time. So I'm in favor with their, what's left of their board on getting rid of the organization.
maybe if they could have picked 4 or 5 letters instead of 7.
All right. I really have no questions about that. I am concerned about whether the cattle come back, but that's an inside story. All right. Would anybody care to make a motion on this to be in favor or against?
I move the board of directors to vote. What's it? Yes, right.
In favor.
Yeah, in favor of proposed resolution 2023-01 and 2023-02 regarding the dissolution of the California Association Park and Recreation Commissioners and Board Members.
All right.
I'll second that.
Motion by Director Mattis, second by Secretary Sloan. Roll call vote.
Director Mattis,
Aye.
Director Langen,
Aye.
Secretary Sloan,
Aye.
Vice Chair Danzel,
Aye.
Chair Yearwood.
Aye. Sad day.
No.
All right. We'll move on to item H2, board member reports. We'll start down at the end with Director Mattis.
I think item H2A is our training report.
Oh, my bad. Sorry.
Which was the SDLA conference, and that is Directors Langen and Mattis.
It was, the conference was great. It was great to go to, met a lot of connections, a lot of people, learned a lot. There was a lot of information to absorb. It was amazing too to see the number of special districts that were there. With you got your police, fire, water. Fresno they had the California State's only veterans cemetery, and so they were proud with that. So that was pretty cool. Gosh, was it like 200 people? And more than that, yeah, it was just, the place was packed. And they kept everything. The classes went from, was it 9 a.m. all the way through the time. So there was never any downtime whatsoever, except for breaks and a meal. But it was very informative. We got a huge packet that we lugged around and brought that home. So it was very, very, very good to go to.
All right.
Yeah, so it was great. It was a very informative, learned a lot, still have a lot more to learn, to go through the packet a couple more times. One of my favorite ones was usually it's not the last one, but it was our last session, and it was Show Me the Money, what we need to know about the district finances. And so just to know kind of some more of that kind of stuff was really well. It was a great conference, very well put together. And just like Director Mattis said, just kept us kind of going and in the loop. And yeah, it was just, it was a great time, great connections made, and had a good time learning. But don't tell my teachers from back in high school that.
All right.
I will add though that there was a whole session on the why can't I think of it right now? It's I just had it here. Oh, like our outlook plan or our optimization plan. So there was they were asking, if has any other organizations done this? So basically half of the people had their hands raised up. So that was very scary because that agencies don't know that, or the members don't know that, or they had no idea if that was their strategic plans were being done. So that was really good to know that you guys here that we're working on that, and I'm really looking forward to seeing that soon here on the draft.
All right. All right. We'll move on to I. Just kidding. Moving on to B. Community activities report. Right back down at your Director Mattis.
Okay, let me go here. Went to, the trunk or treat at Hagen on October 28th. That was a blast with all the kids there. And then made it out to Heartstoppers on the 29th, the next night. My son was supposed to go the Sunday before, but it got canceled due to the rain. So we went the following Sunday, and we had a good time with his friends. So it was good.
Excellent. All right, Director Lincoln.
Yeah, so the trunk or treat, which was a fun, great event. I had my little 2-year-old daughter with me, walked around. She had a blast. Just really cool just to see the different like organizations and such out there as well. So yeah, just a good time all around. And then I even made my way around up near the pool and all the stuff up there. I mean, it was just it was a crazy. There was a lot going on. So yeah, just a fun time. So and then on November 2nd, the Rosemont Community Association board meeting. It's just always good just to hear obviously what's going on in my community, but just to be able to update them on different things and just for them to show their appreciation as they usually do, just with all the things that are happening specifically in Rosemont right now. And so yeah, just a great time and just cool to see their appreciation and the partnership that we do have. So
All right. Excellent. All right. Secretary Sloan.
Okay, I was just trying to get my dates right because I think I had the wrong date for one of them. On Thursday, October 19th, I attended the Rancho Cordova Chamber 60th anniversary gala. And it was a very interesting and fun event. I had a lot of candy there, like I really needed it, but it was well attended and I appreciated being able to represent the district there. I did have some fellow directors there. They didn't mention it. Were you there? Did you mention?
yeah, no, I was there. I just I forgot to put it on my report.
And this gentleman too, but you probably didn't talk about it, right? Then I went on October 28th, Saturday, to the Halloween to Hagen trunk or treat. And I'm telling you, man, I think it gets better and better every year. I don't know how we're gonna top this one, but I think we had the first pyrotechnics. I think we had the first take a canoe. I think that's going to grow. I can see it getting a little bit larger with maybe smaller canoe. I don't know if you needed that big a canoe because once the person in the front of the canoe was out when the person in the end of the canoe was just starting. So kind of you come out and I didn't know what was inside, if whether it was scary or what. Looked at the kids were having a good time. And I mean, everything was kids having a good time, parents having a good time. It's that science guy is off the charts, crazy, fun to watch. And I still, enjoy just learning from that guy and that what you can create and have fun doing. The next thing, hold on, I lost my list. Wednesday, November 1st, I attended the State of the City at City Hall. And I almost forgot to introduce me, but I finally got introduced. And there were some people who didn't get introduced, and I felt bad. I tried to make it happen, but it didn't happen. But that was a nice event. It's nice seeing things that are, the progression and to see all the things that the city has built their reputation on. I'd say 85% of them are in our parks. So kudos to the park district on that one. Then on November, I believe it was maybe, was it November 6th? Is that a Sunday? November 5th is a Sunday. Anybody know? I went to the Diwali celebration. I've never been to one before. And it was at Stone Creek Community Park. And I couldn't stay for the fireworks. But I'm telling you, I take so many photographs at these kind of events, the Flower Festival and the Holi Festival, and now the Diwali Festival. It's so much color and culture impact, in one area with the music and the food and the dancing and the singing and everything. It's just a great thing, and it makes our park look really good. It's like a different world in there when you enter it. I highly recommend attending some of these. And then on November 7th, it was I forget what day that was on. Anybody know? Tuesday,
Yes, November 7th.
November 7th.
That would be a Tuesday.
Okay, I attended the Rancho Cordova Athletic Association retreat. And I didn't get the final count, but there was about 25 people sitting around a table representing most every youth organization in the Rancho Park District area combined. And we touched on a lot of different avenues. One was the most, I think what really came up was the one about trying to get parents to volunteer and making all the leagues affordable. And another thing was, working these, if you can get everybody working on their schedules beforehand, then we don't have all this people at the last second needing the space and not having it and finding out that there's no space to have an event or one of their, definitely are lacking some fields. I think soccer is one avenue. Little League, probably that's going to happen in the future of the new, complex. But it's nice to see Jason and Nino were there, and it's just to see all these people with their heads in the going in the same direction, thinking together. How can we help the situation? How can we help the kids? How can we help the parents? How can we help the coaches? Officiating, how we can get people involved. And so it was a nice retreat. And that's it. Thank you.
Why, thank you. Vice Chair Danzel.
I've just got two things real quick. Yes, I did attend the Rancho Cordova Chamber 60th anniversary gala. It was a nice event, way too much food. Myself and Director Langman sat at a table together, gave us a chance to talk, get to know each other a little bit, but also, talk about what the community has got going on, what the chamber's got going on. The other thing is, I attended on the 9th CRPD's legislative committee, and we sat down with our, I can't think of the word now, our consultant group, and talked about where we wanted to be next year and how aggressive we wanted to be on certain things or continue to push on certain things. And we felt that our consultant this year was first year with them, did a fantastic job. There was over 5,000 interactions between the consultant and the organization just over the year, just talking about different things, all the way from myself all the way to Matt Duarte, the executive director, and things just look really well. We've got some legislation we're going to continue to push on in this next cycle, because there's been committee chairs have changed, as we all know. That happens every now and then at the state level. So we're going to continue to push our legislation this next year. That's all I got.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right. I just got Halloween at Hagen. Trunk or treat, of course. I think it's great to see the crowd has grown again. I think we're finally kind of pushing past our, COVID stuff and all that. People are getting back out there. Not a fan of the wind that day. Blew half of our wonderful display to over. So you had to get there pretty early to see what it looked like or what it was intended to look like. So thank you to everybody who donated candy, those who came out and gave out some of that candy. Former board member Terry Lambach was there. So that allowed me the opportunity to actually go out and look at other parts of the event other than just the back of my car. So the event inside the park was just jam-packed. That little line queue of the people doing all the little craftsy things and all that inside the building. It was unbelievable how many people were in there. The canoe haunted house the line for that was outlandish. I mean, everything had a line. The little bounce obstacle course things. There were just so many people in there in the parking lot. So it was really nice. It was it's one of my favorite events. So, but very enjoyable. I'm looking forward to next year and hopefully no wind. Oh, literally, I had it all set. Jill, I wish you were there. But yeah, I know you always take vacation at that time. It looks so great. And then
I think she was telling you no fireworks, but if she's not there, then
no fireworks.
but if she's not there, she won't know.
Oh, she'll not fire. Just
Tiny ones.
well, we could just do them underwater. All right, well, move on. How about that? Let's move on to I. I'm done. Thank you. We'll move on to I, comments by staff by non-agenda items.
Thank you. Item I1 is the district-wide monthly progress report for November, and I'll turn it over to General Manager Larkin.
Thank you, Clerk Jones. We have that script going on here. So a couple highlights from the month. We hosted our PMRID Oversight Committee new member orientation. We have 3 new appointed PMRID Oversight Committee members. They really took on and are eager to get started. We have a plan to have our first official meeting, I believe in December, coming up here. So we're excited for the new members to get started and engaged with what's going on in the district and especially in that area. I attended the monthly CIP review meeting that the staff have, and we've completed several projects already, and we're not even halfway through the fiscal year. So amazing job by park planning, park maintenance, facilities. It's just incredible how much we're able to get done in a expeditious and responsible way. So thank you, staff, for really just killing it and taking the opportunity with the good weather in the fall and to really take advantage of that. So thank you. I attended also, along with some staff, the State of the City at Rancho Cordova City Hall. It was nice to have our staff there to support the city at their annual event. Myself and Andrea and Jill and Chase. And I believe that's all. We served the veterans at Nail Orchard Activity Center for Veterans Day. I love going out there and serving our seniors. This year in particular was special in that one of the senior advisory board members made handmade quilts for those veterans. And they were specialized by the service to which they served. So there was a Marine quilt, there was an Army quilt, a Navy quilt. It was just amazing. It's just really cool to see how much they all care about each other. And that's really what it's all about. So I was very pleased to be able to witness that and help serve at that particular event. The operations spending continues to be on target. We're at 1% within budget for both months that were in the board packet this month. But I have to say 1% is incredible budgeting. And so the staff are just absolutely amazing in making sure that they're monthly keeping an eye on the budget and not going over. And if they do, they tweak it for the following month. So if we keep this up, we're going to hit the bullseye. So great job with that. The risk management area, we had our friend Kirk from Capri come and do a visit. It's 18-month visit on audit. He checked out a couple of our sites, including Gold Rush Neighborhood Park, Hummingbird Neighborhood Park, Rosemont Community Park, Neal Orchard Senior Activity Center, White Rock Community Park, and the new district office. Thank you, Andrea, for touring him and providing the information. From that, I believe we would be eligible for the safety award coming up in 2024 if all goes well with this particular audit, which I expect it will. Hummingbird Park, you guys just approved it this evening, and we will be taking down those fences and making it available to the public tomorrow morning. We are going to plan an actual ribbon cutting, most likely in December, weather permitting, and we'll get you information about that date once it's planned. Henley Park walkway is completed. That was an SHRA grant that we received, and the staff worked expeditiously to get that done before the winter. Looks fantastic. We've gotten some community compliments on that, and great job. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to our amazing Director of Parks and Recreation, Jill Nuns.
Well, thank you. Lots going on in Parks and Recreation, golf course, and marketing in October. As most of you have mentioned, we had the Halloween at Hagen. Sounded like it was a great event. Yes, I was not there again, but I did hear about the wind. And we're going to order up no wind for next year. No fireworks, but no wind as well.
Take care of that Remax balloon too.
So we had another great turnout. We approximately had 2,200 participants. That's people who came in just for the trunk or treat, as well, who, came into the pool area and up at Hagen to enjoy the festivities. So great job to the staff for putting that on. It definitely is a team effort between Parks and the maintenance for the parks maintenance. So I appreciate all the staff putting on that event, and we will continue to maximize each and every year. So we're excited. In recreation, we did kick off our youth fall flag football season. So we kicked that off on Saturday, October 7th at Heron Landing Community Park. And the league is going strong with both 106 boys and girls participating in our league. So we're happy to see that out at Heron Landing again. Athletic field rentals. We had some pretty amazing athletic field rentals and facility rentals out at the Mather Sports Complex this past month. We hosted, the All World Midnight Madness Tournament, which is basically a tournament that sees about 77 hours of continuous softball. It goes nonstop from Friday evening till Sunday, which is pretty cool. So we saw about 100 teams with over 1,200 participants. So that's always a fan favorite. Again, a good effort by Parks and Recreation to get that done. And then on Saturday, October 7th, we hosted the Bones Love Milk skateboarding team at the Mather Sports Complex skate park, which is really exciting. And so it was a tournament that was held. And what they did is they had some competitions, some interactive art, activity booths, some music, giveaways, and then free skate lessons for beginners and children with disabilities. So we're super excited that we were able to host them and look forward to doing some more of those kinds of events at the skate park coming up in the next year. Senior programs, the senior center, this is their time of year. They have so many events over at the senior center. But their big one was hosted on October 16th, which was the Baked Potato and Bingo fundraiser by the Cordova Senior Advisory Board. And they were able to raise over $600. And I can tell you that our Senior Advisory Board is amazing. They do so much for the Neil Orchard Senior Activity Center. And we have really great relationship with them. And so really every single dollar that they raise goes back into either, programs there or goes into the facility. And so we're appreciative of the time and effort that advisory group takes to make sure that we're taking care of our seniors in that facility. So thanks to them. Parks was busy. Like Patrick already mentioned, we've already hit the ground running with doing a whole bunch of new projects that were approved in the CIP. One of the big ones was the Lincoln Village Community Park. After we put out a survey to the residents at Lincoln Village asking if they were interested in 2 of the tennis courts being lined with pickleball lines, because we have 4 tennis courts out at Lincoln Village. We asked the community if they were interested in just putting lines over. It's actually inset within the tennis courts. And we had an overwhelming response that they were interested in doing that. And so we were able to get those pickle lines on 2 of the courts painted. And you can see the picture there. So it looks great. We painted those in black since the court's a little faded. So take a look at that. And then over at Riviera East, Jim and his staff were able to help out Brecca and actually help install that new book barn that keeps unfortunately getting vandalized. So hopefully this is the last one and it'll stay and here we go. Yeah. And then you can see at Stone Creek Community Park, what a coat of paint can do for a basketball court. Obviously, that basketball court was in need of resurfacing. And there you go. You can see the big difference between the two. So we're going to continue to keep up with those kinds of, facility renovations so that we can keep ahead of it. And we don't get to the point where it gets so, so broken down that you can't even see the basketball lines.
I was going to say, I told Patrick I was there that weekend when it was open, and I was just blown away because my son was playing soccer. So my little one likes to play basketball. So he was having a blast, and I was just very impressed. It looked really good.
Yeah. Yeah, the company that we have doing they're doing an outstanding job. So, but we're going to keep, trying to stay ahead of the curve here. and get to these courts before it gets looking the way that it did before the new resurfacing. Anatolia Trail is another one where we're just trying to stay ahead of the curve. And we went ahead and resurfaced and restriped about 1 mile section of that Anatolia Trail. Some of the other things that I wanted to mention within parks is within the last couple of weeks, we have been able to install the new gates at the Rosemont Community Park, as well as Larchmont Community Park. So now those gates are in our inventory and will be locked up each evening by our security patrol services. And then they'll be opened in the morning by park services. So really excited about that. Yeah, good stuff. And then just as a reminder, as the holidays are coming up, we do have closure of restrooms as well as parking lots. So when we have a holiday like Thanksgiving and Christmas and New Year's, because our park staff, all of our park staff have off for those holidays, we the security will lock those bathrooms the night before, and then they'll stay locked during that holiday. So for example, next Thursday, the restrooms will be locked and they won't be reopened until Friday morning. We've put signage up on all of the restrooms throughout the district, letting our folks know that come out that the restrooms will be closed just on that day. And the parking lot gates will also be locked because we don't have staff to come in to open them. At Hagen, what we're going to do is the main parking lot gate will be closed going into the park, but we're going to keep the front lot parking gates open. So good and bad, but we're going to give it a try this year because Hagen's the only real park that doesn't have a lot of on-street parking or off-street parking. I always say that wrong. Off or on, whatever. Parking on the street. That's the easiest way to say that. Where every other park that has a parking gate has a lot of street parking, but Hagen doesn't have a ton of it. So what we're going to do is try to leave that front one open and see how it goes. So just wanted to give you guys that reminder, just in case you get calls from any of the community members asking those questions. It's already posted on our website. We keep it on our website year round, letting people know that those dates are the dates that the restrooms and the parking lots are closed. But again, we also put signage out there for the community, and then we'll take it down as soon as those holidays are over. Okay, awesome. The last thing is the golf course. Again, another great month out at the golf course. They saw a 10.5% increase. And we're going to start letting you guys know about the number of rounds. So I started this month adding the number of rounds. So the number of rounds was 3,712. So we'll start doing some comparisons with that and see if we can have a little fun with it. And then during October, we also hosted the PGA Hope, which is helping our Patriots Everywhere instructional days for a group of our military veterans. I mean, what a great program this is. We have really some of the best instructors, I think, in California, but definitely in Northern California. They really care about our community, and our instructors are really, amazingly enough, really not in it for themselves. They're really in it for the community and giving anybody opportunities to play golf. So I just wanted to give a shout out to the golf course, and especially Denise for putting on this program and helping out our veterans. It's just amazing. So I thank them for that. All right, Board of Directors special event invitation. We have the big Christmas tree lighting coming up at the Village Green, which is hosted by the Cordova Community Council on Sunday, November 26th from 4 to 7:30 p.m. And yes, there will be fireworks. We have Breakfast with Santa at the Neil Orchard Senior Activity Center on Saturday, December 2nd from 9 to 11. There's a BRECA general meeting at the Rancho Cordova Library on Tuesday, December 12th at 6:30. And last but not least, back at the Neil Orchard Senior Activity Centers, there's the Winter Wonderland Lunch on Wednesday, December 13th at 11:30 a.m. And that completes my report.
I'm going to add to another last minute addition as of today, actually. So we had to reschedule the community outreach meeting for the Ranch Park community outreach. And so that date has been moved to November 28th. Hold on, I've got it right here. I'll let you know. We'll send you an actual updated email, but it's the Ranch Outreach meeting has moved us Tuesday, November 28th from 6 to 7:30. Same location as the first one, Sacramento Fire Station. And we will make sure to get that information specifics out to you. So we have that. And then also we have a date coming up that we need to make sure we do our open house, and that's December 7th, which isn't on this list. And that's from 5 to 4:30 to 6:30. Good job. All right. And that'll be here. We're going to give some tours. We'll have some light refreshments. We're sending out the invitations via email, I believe Friday. And so look for that. And then also look for potentially a park ribbon cutting for Hummingbird Park in December, maybe prior to the next meeting. But we'll kind of see what the weather looks like and try to plan something not giant extravagant, but something more just respectful and acknowledging the park is open to the public. So, and that's it.
Hey, Patrick, what station number was that, Sac Metro?
That's a great question. What is it? 68.
68?
It's on Cobblebrook Road.
Right down the street from Hummingbird Park.
We'll send you an email, Rick. So,
Okay.
And my house. All right, wonderful. We'll move on to item J, informational items.
Thank you. Item J1 is the articles, correspondence, and public outreach. We had 2 letters, including a thank you letter for the Diwali celebrations, 2 newsletters, and then item J2 is your calendar. It should say November and December, not September and October. But I just want to add something onto that, and I'll send an email, a calendar invite, and a flyer. But the district office is having its holiday brunch potluck on Tuesday, December 12th at 10 a.m.
Location, Ms. Jones?
Here. Okay. Oh, right here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wasn't sure if this building was, food ready yet, or if we were gonna go back to, building one like we have in decades past.
Excellent question.
we're doing micro, not
Got it.
macro, like district wise.
Oh,
All right. Okay, so I guess we will now move on to item K, closed session.
Thank you. Before I announce the closed session item, I just want to let the folks on the Zoom call know that typically what we do is we end the meeting for all on Zoom and then restart the meeting after we reconvene from closed session. This evening, we have one item. Item K1 is a public employee performance evaluation pursuant to California Government Code Section 54957, title General Manager.
All right. We will recess to closed session at 7:13. Oh, you're not going to stick around?
Show me, Joe.